Hi, I'm still Leo. I'm still the artistic director of Virtually Opera at the time of filming, and I'm still here to talk to you about We Sing, I Sang. And today what I'm going to be talking about is the more improvisational aspects of the piece. Improvisation and opera aren't necessarily words one expects to hear together. There are plenty of examples. The thing I really want to be very clear about at the top of this video is that we're not the first people to do a semi-improvised opera. All improvisation has some sort of structure. The form of improvisation most people are familiar with is TV shows like Whose Line Is It Anyway? In music, of course, there's lots of jazz improvisation, pictorial scores in the more contemporary music world. All of those are different forms of improvisation. Really what I mean by improvisation is any form in which quite a large part of the overall work is being created on the spot in response to things. Most forms of oral storytelling, we don't necessarily memorize the entire plot, but we do more or less try to keep to a structure. Once upon a time there were three little pigs. They were running away from a wolf. One built a house of straw, one built a house made of bricks, one built a house made of lead. Don't lick the walls. That's an example of improvisation and how a story is told, because you could also go for once upon a time there are three swine. Within opera, the canon of operas are highly scripted. There's a score and you more or less follow it. Most performances of Don Giovanni will perform basically the same notes with the same words in the same order. With improvisation, you leave some elements of that open. So for this, what we're hoping to do is leave the text open until the moment of the audience giving us a suggestion, and therefore the music will also be. But we know the basic shape. We know that the mind will reflect upon what it was and what it is. Why do improvisation and opera? It's weird because virtually opera started out with an idea of let's film opera cinematically like a movie, and now we're making an opera where it's improvised. It needs a live element of audience interaction. I think that partly came from us having done cinematically filmed opera, because if you do opera like a film, then the question starts appearing of, well, what's the point of doing it live? And it has to be something to do with the relationship between artist and audience. With improvisation, you ensure that liveness, you ensure the audience feel like they are a part of it. The experience stops being about sort of doing the perfect version of the great work. Therefore it becomes more about making sure there is a genuine relationship with the audience. There's a genuine feeling that between the artist and the audience, something is coming from the audience, it's passing through the artist is interpreting that, then that comes back to the audience, and the audience give more stimulus in response to how they feel about that. So it might be that the audience at the beginning are very keen on the idea of the collective mind, but then once they see the mind in action and how the performer's performing it that night, suddenly they decide, actually no, we really think these individuals must have suffered a lot to want that. That's creepy. And that's the wonderful thing about it. It'll never be the same twice. It's the mastery of performance and of that experience, which is really exciting. So do keep following We Sing, I Sang. You can follow and comment in the usual ways, I imagine, and there'll be more talking soon.